Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Lisa Beddoe here with Jordan Schreier. We're just getting started with our nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. New this morning, a Minnesota man is badly hurt after a crash last night. It happened around 9:30 in Hubbard County.
State troopers say 74-year-old Torrance Lillavold of Bemidji drove in front of another vehicle on Highway 2, spun out of control, and then rolled in the ditch. Police say he does have life-threatening injuries. 2 people in the other car were hurt, but they're expected to be okay. You might see a lot more kids on 2 wheels this morning and this afternoon as it's National Bike to School Day. Now, the event encourages students, teachers, and administrators to bike or walk to school to get a bit of exercise before and after classes.
Drivers are urged to pay special attention, especially around school zones. And parents, here are some things to check before your kid rides to school. Make sure there's a slight bend in your child's knees when the pedal is closest to the ground. Bikes should have reflectors on the front, back, and on both wheels.
And helmets should sit low on the forehead when buckled, a 2-finger width above the eyebrows. And the straps should meet just below the ears, and you should be able to fit no more than 2 fingers between the buckle and the chin when the helmet is buckled.
9 minutes now before 7 o'clock. Let's get a check of our storm team forecast with Lisa Green.
Good morning. Showers greeting us this morning. We've got gray skies, rain on our Skycam view here in Fargo on our Storm Team Skycam network. And more places in the Southern Valley have the same kind of view here to start off the day. It's a rainy one to begin our Wednesday morning. So conditions are going to be a little less than pleasant for those who are having to spend any time outside in the south, and that's especially the case right now in southeastern North Dakota. This eventually does shift eastward, so Lakes Country viewers, you'll see this rain too. Maybe you've got a little mist out there now. Northern Valley, much different story. You have some cloud cover, but there are places where we have some breaks in those clouds and dry conditions in that area. We're on the northern end of a system that's affecting a good portion of the plains, and so the closer you are to it, the farther south you happen to be, the more likely you'll see rain through the day today. So here's a look at our temperatures. It's much milder than yesterday morning to start. We're actually in the 40s right now in most of the valley, 46 degrees in Fargo. However, we probably won't see a lot of temperature rise. We won't see us getting into those 60s at all today, and a lot of places stuck in the 40s under those showers. Winds are light up to the teens in Gwinner and down in Oaks, but other than that, we're looking at some wind speeds that are fairly light to start off the day. They'll eventually become northerly, and visibility is looking low where you would expect it to be, where we're getting the rain. And Gwinner's at 2.5 miles for visibility, so make sure you've got your headlights on as you're driving down the road so people can see you. And we're looking at rain just basically continuing all day. So this is, again, the factor for the Southern Valley more than the north. However, as we head into the afternoon, we may get a little bit of daytime heating. That plus just the system overall impacting our conditions and the atmosphere may trigger a shower or an isolated thunder shower up in the northern valley as we head into the warmest time of the day, into the afternoon. This will eventually end and move on tonight. And as we head into tomorrow morning, we'll start off the day dry with clearing skies. So we're looking at sunshine returning tomorrow and warmer weather returning for the weekend and especially to start off next week. Let's check in now with Al.
Morning, Lisa. Good morning, everyone. We're in the head-to-head traffic area on Interstate 94 as we approach Cheyenne Street. Fairly heavy fair number of North Dakota Highway Patrol officers out here on Interstate 94 this morning, and that's certainly not a bad thing because traffic has really been flipping along out here, and it's quite busy. Interstate 94 is really busy this morning. Both east and westbound, we're going to give the edge to westbound traffic. Interstate 29, pretty much the same story. Lots of action over there this morning, particularly for northbound Interstate 29. This is the only construction zone you have to deal with in the metro area in terms of the interstates, but there's all kinds of other ones there, and we're just approaching Cheyenne Street right now. Lots of traffic activity there this morning related to the Cheyenne Street project, which of course has shifted an awful lot of traffic to 32nd Avenue and 26th Avenues west, so make sure that you're planning for that as well. Drive extra carefully today, folks, and make sure, like Lisa mentioned, you're driving with your lights on as well. This makes it a heck of a lot easier to see you. Willamette Valley today, traffic.
Police are looking for a body camera that was lost during a fight with a man in a Grand Forks parking lot on Monday night. And it looks like this, and it fell off an officer during a scuffle in the parking lot of the Dollar Tree store.
Police think someone picked it up, not knowing what it was, but they need it back because it contains a lot of valuable evidence. You can contact Grand Forks Police or just drop it off at the station. The camera was lost when 33-year-old Jordan Poitra wrestled with officers as they tried to arrest him for an outstanding warrant. This is a viewer's video of Poitra jumping into the squad car and taking off in it.
Police say Poitra then drove onto I-29 where he crossed the median, crashed into a semi, and was then killed. Investigators believe Poitra deliberately crashed into that semi. Poitra's wife tells Valley News Live that Jordan was a loving father and did the best he could, but things recently spiraled downhill, leading up to this tragic event.
An apartment building near the University of Minnesota that was evacuated after a ricin scare is back open. But police spent the night guarding the unit where the report originated. They're waiting to hear back on the testing of the suspicious substance.
Police and fire crews responded around 4 yesterday afternoon to a medical situation possibly caused by a hazardous material in an apartment. The victim had gone to a hospital and emergency crews cleared dozens of people out of the building. A hazmat team found the substance and later determined the possible contamination was limited to one apartment. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is taking over the case of an officer-involved shooting that injured one suspect and 2 deputies. Now, it happened yesterday afternoon in the town of Kensington. That happened during a fight there. The 4 deputies were there and one fired his gun.
The shooting happened near an elementary school, but it was not connected to anything or anyone at the school. The suspect is in a St. Cloud hospital. The 2 deputies were treated and released. Some people in the Osgood area of South Fargo say roundabouts are causing them a lot of headaches. It has to do with a triple set on Veterans Boulevard, which more people have been using because of nearby road construction.
Parents are saying the roundabouts have backed up traffic from 52nd Avenue and 40th Avenue and have doubled and even tripled the time it takes to get out of that area. Roundabouts are designed to keep the traffic flowing, and if they're used correctly, drivers should keep moving instead of sitting and waiting. While summer is the season most of us look forward to, that also means those pesky mosquitoes. They're back in action.
The Valley Today's Abby Furchner joins us live this morning with some ways we can beat the bugs this season. Good morning, Abby.
Good morning, you guys. I'm here with Ben Prather with the Cass County Vector Control, and they're going to be biting soon, those pesky mosquitoes, and nobody gets excited for them. But there are some ways that we can try to keep them at bay throughout the season, and that is making sure we have our repellents with us at all time.
Yeah, certainly I think now's a great time just to kind of stock up as you're going to the hardware stores and getting your mulch and things like that. Just stopping through those aisles and making sure you have the right kinds of products for, the coming weeks. At this stage, conditions are really pretty slow to start with. We're having pretty cold weather. So if you're in the metro area, we're certainly underway here with mosquito control operations out and treating sites. And for your general homeowners in the viewing area, you probably have a few more days and weeks before we really start to kind of getting into that kind of backyard mode.
And around the home, what can we do to try to eliminate those mosquitoes? Where do they really thrive?
Definitely in areas where you have heavy brush. When we're talking, adult mosquitoes, they're going to go for areas with good shade, with some ground cover, and areas where they're going to go and hide from the sun. Mosquitoes aren't typically out during daylight hours, so they really congregate in areas that really keep them out of that sunlight and are near a food source and a water source. So a lot of times that is under a porch, maybe under a shed, some of those areas, and that would be a great place to maybe apply some of these barrier spray type concentrates, or putting the yard fogger underneath before you head out and enjoy the evening.
Yeah, you can never be too prepared, I feel like. I know everyone kind of has that cupboard in the garage that is stocked full of mosquito and tick repellents, but it might just be time to update, maybe grab a couple clothing ones if you don't have it. So it's time to get ready for that mosquito season.
And they do expire, I believe, too. Some of them, they get old and they don't work as well. So you got to watch out for that, too.
Thank you, Abby. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Here's today's question. 1 in 9 people share this with their dog or cat.
Well, here's the answer, and it's their pillow. They're hopefully not allergic, but you can take part in our question of the morning. Just go to the Valley News Live Facebook page. Go ahead, join the conversation. And before you head out the door today, umbrella is a good call, Lisa.
Yeah, we're looking at showers to start off this morning and just sticking with us through much of the day in the Southern Valley especially. You can see them right on our camera here in South Fargo. Temperatures will be in the 40s to some low 50s, so you'll need to layer up under that umbrella as well, with wind out of the northeast eventually becoming a little stronger tonight into the teens to some 20s. You can see the showers focused in southeastern North Dakota right now. Those will eventually move eastward. Northern Valley, a quieter day for you, but can't even rule out a little rain in the Northern Valley as well. So we've got improving weather ahead for the week, but today going to be kind of gloomy.
The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. You can join us right now for more live, up-to-the-minute news and weather on the Fargo CW.